When you hear the word acupuncture, what comes to mind? Is it something you're familiar with? Something you're willing to try? Well, get ready, because here in the U.S., interest in acupuncture is growing, and it's winning over even the toughest skeptics.
Just try to see how far I can go today. Make some little baby steps.
It's been a year since Katie Jarman set foot on a golf course. A back injury has forced her to sit out, and it's been driving her nuts.
I'm not a sit around and read a magazine kind of gal.
Katie's about to test whether her treatment is working.
I'm not having any tightness or anything so far.
As she eases back into the game, her thoughts turn to the chain of events that brought her to this point and changed her perspective on medicine.
I'm moving furniture, I'm packing boxes, and I herniated this disc in my lower back.
The pain altered Katie's personality, making her edgy, anxious, and depressed.
She's never had any problems, and for her to have back problems was like, what is going on here?
I finally went to a doctor, had an MRI.
Doctors offered Katie heavy painkillers and steroid injections to target the impacted nerve.
That involved a lot more of an invasive process.
Or
acupuncture. I thought, it doesn't sound sterile, it doesn't sound medical, it doesn't sound professional.
Katie held out for treatment until the pain shot down her leg. Out of desperation, she decided to give the Eastern wellness art a try.
Give me a breath. How's it feel?
Definitely tight up above. I knew I was going to a doctor, an MD, so that eliminated the fear factor.
If anything feels too strong, let me know. Acupuncture goes back about 2,500 years. It actually originates at a time of Taoist thought, and what that means is it's part of a naturalistic view of life.
Western physicians are now adopting the view that the human body is an entire landscape where all the parts must connect in order to work together. But sometimes the body needs help connecting the dots.
A little tight in here.
Very tight.
This tightness may reflect heat, right? And I know that from looking at her. I know that from the quality of her speech. And so I choose points which release heat.
What does heat have to do with it? In Eastern medicine, the body is divided into 20 meridians, pathways along which vital energy flows. When an injury occurs, the energy flow stops and the body signals trouble by heating up. Needles are used to open the pathway back up, which cools the heat and restores the flow of energy.
It doesn't hurt, but it's a tiny little, they're touching your nerves, so you're getting a little bit of a sensation.
This is an opening of the spine,
Okay.
but it's also supporting kidney energy.
I'm with you.
Dr. Draisin gently taps needles into spaces between Katie's muscles to open up meridians related to pain, fatigue, depression, and even the digestive problems that have troubled her since her injury.
We believe that in the primary goal of a practitioner is to restore balance in systems that are out of balance.
How does acupuncture work exactly? Some aspects are still a mystery, but studies show many patients benefit from the results. And as word gets out, referrals are pouring in from doctors such as Odette Herbsman.
And was very much impressed and blown away by the whole new world that opened to me, so I can provide to my patients better care.
Dr. Herbsman's even begun to study acupuncture himself.
Anything from a headache to, problems falling asleep.
Dr. Draisin targets areas where Katie's body holds on to stress, and in those spots, he can actually feel her body pull the needles out of his hand.
And it really indicates that the body has received the needle. Katie, it's time for needles to come out.
I really had a lot of pain relief, and I felt better. I mean, my psyche was better. Well, that was good.
It wasn't long before she was really back to her old self again. I think it's a wonderful way to cure whatever ails you.
Once a skeptic, Katie's now convinced. Her plan is to continue the treatment, But this time, she'll use it as a tool to stay well, which is acupuncture's primary purpose.
I think acupuncture kind of reprograms your whole body, you know, from your pain areas, you know, your mind. It seems to kind of put everything back in order.
The World Health Organization now endorses acupuncture to help treat dozens of health conditions such as allergies, high blood pressure, and even the urge to overeat.